Welcome to another Scottish Watches video. We have got Pietro from the limited edition with us yet again, virtually, not in person, due to current situational reasons that we all know about, and we have got two pieces on the table here from Louis Moinet. Now, just looking at them, I don't have to say much more. You just have to stare, appreciate and enjoy what is going on in front of you here, but the expert on the line will sort of step you through and guide you on your journey through these two wonderful timepieces.
Yes, it's tricky, you know, Ricky. Sometimes, as you said, when you stare at a piece of art, you just don't have to do anything. You don't need to talk. You just stare at the piece of art and a lot is coming in already. But we try to give justice to these pieces and to the brand Louis Moinet, which is a brand that is nearly unknown in the UK. And we've had the privilege to be able to bring it in as the official retailers for the UK. And I wanted to start on a very high note with a very, very cool collection, which is called the Tempograph, which is in front of you as now. And in the two versions, the solid gold that you have in your hands and the steel that you just put on the side. Yes, the Tempograph is an incredible, to me. Independent watchmaking is all about interpreting time in quirky ways and in a different, very personal ways, very personal to the watchmaker that is behind. Now, Louis Moinet is mixing a very regal, classic style in a way, Baroque classic style, with the most modern technological, mechanical solutions. And the Tempograph is no exception. When you stare at it from the front, as we're zooming in now, you can see all the elements of that old-style horological look that we are used to see when we think about legendary watchmakers of the like of Louis Moinet, Abraham Louis Breguet, Perellet as well, who are all watchmakers that were legendary in the 19th century, and they all knew each other and they all collaborated in some ways. So Louis Moinet famously invented the chronograph, an instrument called compteur de tiers, which was invented in the 19th century, 1816, to help the astronomical researches that in those days were so important. The very striking function that you see there is a double small second. So you have two indications of a second, of the small seconds, at 2 o'clock with that very, very cool 20 seconds retrograde function that you can see now going back to square zero. And then at 9 o'clock, there is a secondary indication of the small second that divides 1 minute in three groups of 20 seconds. So you can see that at the end of the red, at the end of the black colored section, and at the end of the gray colored section, that retrograde function at 2 o'clock will swing back to zero. The decoration is the key to understand how high-end, obviously, a timepiece is. And here you can appreciate again the amazing work done on the guilloché to achieve that Clous de Paris pattern in the inner bezel, as well as the when you look at the subdials, because it's basically a 3D semi-skeletonized dial with all the elements of the dial that have been decorated by hand to achieve depth and to achieve three-dimensional effects as well. Can I tell you, Ricky, on this watch there are 260 individual parts, and every part meticulously decorated and finished to give that Haute Horlogerie feel that, of course, you need on a piece like this. Now, with Louis Moinet's timepieces are famous for being very generous from the front. So from the front through the dial, there is always the opportunity to already appreciate part of the mechanical work. And I think and I feel the work on the Côte de Genève, on the main caliber, the main plate that you can see underneath the rotor is really very refined. So we may argue, you know, there have been some comparison with some of the Lange, with the Lange elements of decorating, and we can say possibly Louis Moinet is not up to those standards yet, but they don't go too far, which is, amazing if you think that Lange is taken by most as the trademark, if you like, of the ultimate decoration levels. So yeah, I'm really, really impressed with what Louis Moinet is doing.
Now, how long have you dealt with this brand for? Because as you say, it's not a brand that is well known within the UK, at least from what we've heard.
No, absolutely. Is, as you know, we make our mission to bring independent watchmaking to light in the UK in particular, but around the world, and especially in the times we're living, where before the recent difficulties in retailing, already independent watch brands didn't have enough space on the retail shelves. So platforms like ours are the only way for independent watchmakers to be known, and we take pleasure in finding the most hidden gems and bring them to the eyes of collectors that will appreciate them.
Again, wonderful pieces, and it is wonderful speaking to you about these because the passion that you have for these intricate timepieces that we don't get to see all the time. It's not Rolex, it's not Omega, it's not Breitling. For the money, I mean, what could you get for the same sort of cash as this guy here? Nothing that would look as good as this, be as finished as well as this, or have the feature set. So absolutely fantastic. If people want to check out these watches and the other ones that you do, where can they find you?
To conclude, I would like to say that in independent watchmaking is all about breaking boundaries, working with the unusual, and finding new ways to develop a form of art. Sometimes we forget about it, but watchmaking is an expressive form of art that can take any direction. And those that are brave enough, they can be listed on our platform, which is thelimitededition.co.uk, where we believe a nice selection of the most inspired independent watchmakers is present. Same, you can also follow us on our Instagram account, thelimitededition.uk, where on a daily basis we try to bring content related to the world of fine independent watchmaking, including interviews, virtual manufacturing visits, photo shooting, and mini videos, and all of that. So thank you very much, Ricky, for your time, and thank you to the Scottish Watches followers for the attention.
No problem at all. And if you guys like what you see here, we have plenty more to come. We've already done a photo shoot, video shoot with Pietro back in the past when we could meet up in person. So if you've not seen some of those videos, including Moser, HYT, Constantine Shaken, and many other independents, go check them out on our YouTube channel. So thank you very much, Pietro, and we will catch you in the next video.
Thank you, Ricky. See you soon.